How's it going today, guys? Trucks and Water here, and today is a 6-month review on my leveling kit and wheels and tires for the truck. We'll get into the driving portion of this video, but we're going to start off with the setup and what I've got. So the suspension setup is a rough country 2-inch torsion key leveling kit that's cranked up 1.25 inches in the front and nothing in the rear. Shock wise, you're looking at Procom 3000 series shocks. They're a 15 valve adjustable shock. It's not like a self-leveling shock or anything like that, but it does sense the road, and like they've hardened up when the road gets like tougher or whatever, and you can tell when you're driving when it's doing it. So that's the setup on that. The wheels and tires, I am running XD Grenade 20x12 -44 offset with a milled accent finish on it on Nitto 420 S's all-season tires. They're a great tire, guys, if you don't take your truck off-roading, if you don't four-wheel with it like I do or anything like that, and you want a good managed street tire that has about a 50 to 60,000 mile tread warranty on it, or expectancy if you rotate them right. They're an awesome tire. The only thing I recommend, guys, if you do drive in a lot of rain or heavy rain, slow your speed down because they kind of skate once that really heavy rain sets in. But that's the kind of setup on the truck. Like I said, I've been running it since March. Not had an issue with it, knock on truck. And if y'all remember, if you've been on the channel a little bit, you remember I had that accident with the lady hit me. The wheel and tire actually saved my truck because she hit me right in here like that, and it actually saved my truck to where she didn't do any body damage to the truck. If I didn't have this tire and wheel set up on it, if I had like the stockies on it, probably would have had body damage. So if nothing else, wide wheels and tires will save your vehicle in an accident. But anyways, so yeah, that's the current setup on the truck right now. Just to answer a quick question everyone's wondering, am I going to go higher? Yes, I'm going to jump this up to a 3.5-inch level lift when I get the new wheels and tires on it. I don't know when I'm going to be doing that, so don't quote me on that or anything like that, but she will get up higher on that. So let's get into the driving portion of this video. All right, so the driving part of this video. So first off, when you get wide wheels and tires like 20x12s or bigger, you got to understand and realize it's going to change the handling kind of part of your truck. It's not going to like take corners very well and issues like that. Now what I do recommend, guys, if you go wide on your wheels and tires, or if you get bigger wheels and tires in general, please invest in a steering stabilizer. I've got one on the front of this truck from Rough Country. It was like $60. It helps out a ton with bumps and imperfections of the road, pretty much. It just gives you that extra support when you need it, when going over certain bumps and whatnot, and turns and all that other stuff. So I highly recommend getting one of them. These wide wheels and tires, when you go over a bump on that side, it likes to grab to that side. You got to realize that. You got a lot more surface area in the tire that wants to grab any which way it can. Other than that, my truck, pretty much drives like it normally did from the factory. It does ride a little bit stiffer because of the wide wheels and tires and the tire compound and the wheel setup and whatnot. You can tell that it's not like a factory wheel and tire setup on the truck, if that makes any sense. Other than that, though, you really can't tell you got wide wheels and tires on this truck. I mean, you honestly can't. And that's what I love about it, is it rides so daggum good. But make sure that you get your wheels and tires balanced right. If you don't, you're going to be able to tell, especially on the interstate. You'll have vibrations and stuff like that. Make sure your ball joints are good. Make sure all that's good. If they're not, get them replaced, guys. Don't wait, because on these bigger wheels and tires, you really can't wait. It'll pre-wear them out a whole lot faster. But other than that, guys, just use your head, basically, like when it comes to stuff like this. You know, we put a lot of time, money, and pride and blood, sweat, and tears into our trucks, you know, and you need to like look at the warning signs and make sure that your setup's ready to go for the bigger wheels and tires. So normal cruising like I am now around my hometown and like on back roads and stuff, it drives normally. I mean, like I said, it rides a little bit more stiffer. But other than that, you really can't tell. It drives normally, tracks straight, does what it's supposed to do. Interstate driving, you can hear a little bit of the tire. I mean, it's not like a mud tire like wah 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 wah. You can hear a little bit of it, but it's not bad whatsoever. it's just also, you gotta realize with these older trucks, you know, they have rattles, they have creaks, they have groans in them. I mean, it's just, it's a nature of an older truck, but that's also what I love about them. So back roads is fine. Interstate cruising, I've cruised at 80, 85 in this truck with the wheel and tire setup on, and had no issues. My miles per hour on my speedometer is like 0.5 to 1 mile per hour slower than what my gauge is saying, which is, you can easily compensate for that. And yeah, I'm not too worried about that. But I mean, other than that, it tracks straight, it does good. Now, the fuel economy. A lot of you have been asking me what my fuel economy is, and there's two scenarios I want to go over. The first scenario is my daily, I'll call it daily driving habit. So a lot of like just regular roads, a little bit interstate stuff, I get about 14 to 15 miles per gallon is what I've averaged. If I do a little bit more highway or interstate driving, under 80, probably looking at about 15 to 16 miles per gallon. Now, I have gotten, though, when this is only if I can lock it in on 75, 80 and not touch it, just cruise. Like, don't hit my brakes, people aren't cutting me off. I have gotten 17, 18 out of this truck with the wheel and tire set up on it. What y'all gotta realize is I went from a wheel and tire combo, the stock ones that weighed 50, maybe 70 pounds a piece, to ones that weigh now about 125 a piece. So you add a lot more weight. So where your fuel economy really suffered is that initial get up and go. It's that initial like getting the truck rolling. Once it's rolling, it's fine, and going up hills and whatnot. But it's that getting it going and going up hills and stuff that kills the fuel economy. I live in East Tennessee, which is basically all hills anyways. So there's just nothing I can really do about it. But yeah, fuel economy wise, that's basically what's going on. I have driven this truck in rain, like I said before in the beginning of the video. If it's a light rain, normal rain, no problem. It's a heavy downpour that if you have a lot of ponding on your roads, please slow down. Once this thing hydroplanes, it will skate all over the road. So slow down, pay attention to your surroundings and what's going on like that. Snow, I have not tested it or anything like that. I'll do an update on that this winter. God forbid I have to drive the truck in snow. But that's what's kind of going on with that. Other than that though, guys, I highly recommend at least leveling your vehicles out, even if you keep stock wheels and tires on it. It makes the truck look better, and it just, to me, it rides better. When I had the stock wheels and the leveling kit on it made the truck ride a whole lot better for some reason. I don't know what the deal is with that, but from factory. But you know, every truck is different though. You also got to realize, they said my suspension guy that does all my suspension work on my truck, he told me you can line up 15 of my same truck, I mean same everything on my truck, back to back to back, and they all level out differently. Like, my keys are cranked down as low as they can go, and it's still 1.25 inches raised in the front. I could crank up these keys technically to 4 inches in the front, have this thing like Carolina leaning, but of course I don't want to do that. That ruins, you have to do all new upper and lower A-arms and all that. It's just a big fiasco. But that's what you can do with these trucks. But you know, I had to trim out a little bit of the front bumper. You know, it does still rub at full crank, and if it flexes into the fender, it rubs a little bit, but not bad whatsoever. Not like it used to when I didn't trim it or whatever. So that's good. That's the good part about it. So if y'all have any questions, comments, or concerns, please comment them down below, guys. I'm trying to get to everyone's comments. Like I said, my schedule's right now really hectic and busy. Thank you all so much for watching this video. If you liked the video, leave a like. If you're new to the channel and join the Trucks and Water family, we're constantly growing and changing and doing new and better things. We just crossed 4,000 subscribers, guys, so I can't thank you all so much for the love and support. It's unreal. Thank you all so much for watching. All of you, have a great day, and remember, never give up on your dreams.